Today we're going to talk about Shedeur Sanders, man. The man under center Sunday after a rough first taste of NFL action this past Sunday. You know, the stat line, a lot of scrutiny, I'd say, this past week. 4 for 16, so 25% completion percentage, 47 yards, 0 touchdowns, and a 13.5 QBR rating. This week he is set to make his starting debut, his official NFL start against the Las Vegas Raiders. Gabriel sideline and concussion protocol a few days ago. Shedeur did officially get the keys for this Sunday. So this is Sanders' moment to show whether the hype matches the on-field production. So whether he can rise and bring up a struggling offense or whether he can begin the process of claiming the Browns' QB future. Now we'll go ahead and dive into that, man. Like I said, debut this Sunday. So I'm just curious, man, what are your expectations for Shedeur?
Very low. Very, very low. But I do think the fact he's going against, the Raiders, I think that's good. Raiders just got, blown out by the Cowboys. So it's a good team to debut against. But no, I don't think he's going to do too well. I think his numbers are going to be better. But, I'm going to say if I had to just throw something out there, I'd probably say I could see a touchdown, a passing touchdown, and 2 interceptions, and then probably 230 yards. I'd say 230 yards or under.
That's pretty generous.
Yeah, I don't, and I just want to say, I do think some people are freaking out prematurely. He is a quarterback for the Browns. I know there's a lot of hype there, but I had no expectations for him anyway. So I don't think the Browns have anything to lose by doing this. I mean, they're not contenders. They weren't contenders before this. They weren't contenders before he came. They're not going to be contenders while he's there. So what do you got to lose, man? Might as well do something.
Okay. I respect that. So I looked it up. The Vegas odds, they got the over-under at 159.5 passing yards. So are you taking the over-under? I guess based on what you said, I got an idea, but it's 159.5.
Man, I'm gonna take. God, dang.
You a betting man? You got $50. What you doing?
Sheesh, man. I'd only bet 5, but I'll probably take a little over.
Are you taking the over?
Yeah, I'll take a little over. He is a professional QB. I'm gonna say a little over. David Mills had a good game, so yeah, I'm gonna take it over.
We've had some QBs throw under 160 now. I mean, I'm sure Justin Fields is in that. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and take the over, man. I think his pass attempts are gonna be so high through volume itself. You're right, though. I will say if he was gonna make a starting debut or it's some type of redemption from that lackluster performance that he just had against the Ravens, I mean, the Raiders is the team that you would want to handpick and play. I mean, is there, other than the Browns themselves, is there any other organization as dysfunctional as the Raiders?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. I mean, throw the Jets in there. I think you could throw the Jets. It's the same story with them every year. Yeah, man. I mean, we'll see. I just hate that everyone's just freaking out like we really had some expectations. Like I never did. I know some people maybe did, but come on. Man, he's with
there was plenty of expectations.
Well, there were, but it's like
he had you see him jumping around, coming in like he's a WWE superstar when it was time for him to come in the game after his teammate just went down with a concussion.
Yeah, I mean, he's excited. Yeah, I expect him to be excited, bro. You're living out your dream. But I'm
when
saying,
have you ever seen that though?
I mean, no, but I expect that because
around doing this.
I saw that, but you're living out your dream. Like, I expect him to be excited and to be, well, what I want him to do, walk down with his head down and be like, oh man, I got it.
Walk locked in.
I mean, bro,
what everybody else does, man. And then you go out and do that bullshit. 4 for 16, 47
bro. See, you're the old man because remember when he was doing the whole like not speaking with words and stuff, man. You were getting on him when he wasn't speaking with words. When they asked him a question, you're saying like, bro, come on, man, use your words. Like he's having fun, man. Like I can't be upset. This has probably been. Let's just keep it real. It's probably been a hard time for him. I mean, I'm sure he's had. Nah, bro, come on. I'm sure he's had some fun. He's in the
emoji.
You said what?
violin emoji. You know, when we
No, I'm
put
just
the
saying, bro.
violins
Like
on each other messages.
bro. Now we already know that like the Bronnies and these guys, the younger guys. Let's say younger guys. We know they're paying attention to social media, so they're seeing all of your trash. They know people think this and that of them, and it's like, bro, why not have a little bit of fun? Why not have a little bit of fun? I mean, he had a pretty bad game, so it's like, do I expect him to do this against the Raiders? No, I'm sure he's gonna be pretty locked in. But man, man, for me, man, there's no expectations. Now for himself, he better have some expectations. Yeah, you're in the NFL. You're living out a dream college or starting QB, man. Go have some fun because you may not be on this team next year. You never know. Could get cut.
Yeah, that's a very well possibility. 5th round pick. He's absolutely. If it wasn't who he was, I think he would have been cut
Oh
already.
yes, yeah. I mean, yeah, and I mean his brother never got picked up. His brother made one mistake in preseason, never got picked up. So NFL ain't like, we've talked about NFL ain't like NBA where it's like, hey man, someone can just control you like that. LeBron ain't gonna control nobody in NFL, and Dion's not either. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta take that to the NBA. You can't do that here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, have fun, because it may not last. It may not last.
That part, yeah, I do. When you put it in that lens, the may not last, but 13.5 QB rate. That's one of the worst I've ever seen. I mean, that's worse than Tebow, man.
But even with Tebow, let's keep it real. Tebow won a playoff game, so it's like we can say what we want, but Tebow had a little hot streak himself. So it's like that's why I'm saying it's like, yeah, we get on these guys, we say all this and say all that, but it's not even a full game sample size. Like, let's see what he does after this start, then we can start really digging in and being like, bro, okay, you know what I'm saying? But for me personally, I'm always going to give him kind of the benefit of the doubt because he's with the Browns. And there's no real expectations for him. It's just that name. Because if his last name was Thompson, we wouldn't care. We wouldn't care at all. We'd just be like, okay, another bad QB. He probably won't be here, in the future. So all well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just is what it is, man.
Hey, you said expectations. Oh, I don't have expectations for him. But all season long, that's what his cult base has been doing. Is saying,
yeah, but
they were saying he should have been the starter. We can't do that. Oh, have fun, no expectation. Hell no, Stefanski's tired of him.
But hear me out with this. Hear me out. We know this now. That's like I don't want to say it's a new thing with players, but with this social media and stuff, it's easy for players to get that like that. I mean, because think about it. Mikey Williams. Remember Mikey Williams, the basketball player who was like a high schooler for the last like 7 years, and now he's finally playing. He had a little cult following, and it's like people get behind people, but it's like the cult following. Nobody really takes that type of following serious. Like the real fans and hear me out. Nobody takes that serious. If you were to tell me Mikey Williams, he's gonna kill in the NBA and do what? Off of what, bro? Like what? Because he's balling in high school. He's gonna, bro. Isn't he? He's under 6'5". You're gonna tell me he's gonna kill in the NBA? Are you serious right now? Shedeur Sanders. Okay, he has that little call following. He needs to start. He needs to start. But in reality, did you ever take that serious? Were you ever like, bro, Shedeur needs to get on the field? No, man. They got that little call that little call following from social media. And it's like, let's be honest, if he starts losing enough, that following disperses. They're gone. They're on to the next hype train.
No.
Yes, no. The next hype train.
No.
They're on to the next. He needs to start, or this dude's just killing. He needs to. They're on to the next thing, bro. So Shedeur's just having his little time, and let him have fun, man.
Nah, man.
Bro, you're the old man, bro. Come on, man. You're the old man, bro. Come on, bro.
Just like now. If he's got a win-win. If he plays good, see, we told y'all Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, racist. He should have been starting, blah, 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 this and that and this. But if he plays bad, he got no reps with the starters. The linemen don't know his cadence. Stefanski don't like him. He a black quarterback, even though they gave $230 million guaranteed to another black quarterback. it'll
Bro,
never stop, bro.
but listen to what you just said. You just said, who have you ever heard some who I don't know who said it, but the whole, the offense line didn't know his cadence. That's what I'm saying. You can't take that serious. Nobody takes these cult following
That was
serious.
the
Like
topic. They
I'm
talked
just
about that. Rex
it,
Ryan and them is like they baffled. They couldn't believe what they was hearing.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Houston.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody for real that really watches or it knows anything about it takes that type of stuff serious, bro. No one's listening to that and being like, yeah, that actually sounds that's a great that's a real that sounds like something that really makes sense and I can really understand that and go with that. Like, no, bro, come on, man. The offense line didn't know his cadence. That just sounds like excuses. That's what I'm saying. A
That's
cult
what I'm
following.
saying.
The main word in that cult. So yeah, anything he does there, oh man, so it's like, no, bro, you can't as a fan. I mean, really as a fan, just of the game, not even of a team, but of a game, you should really be more objective. You should really be like, okay, that player's not playing good. He's, it may be time for to hang him up. He's not good enough to play in this league. Things like that are, oh, he just had a bad game. All right. So what? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't listen to the cult followings. The main word in that's cult. They're going to believe anything and go with anything just for their guy, bro.
He has a huge follow. It's not like a group of 100 people. I mean, even when he came out this past Sunday against the Ravens, you see the kids and the teenagers. He runs for a first down, and they're over here, and they're showing him on the sideline doing this for a 7-yard scramble.
Bro, what did you just say? The kids in the
huge.
The kids and the teenagers, bro. The kids and the teenagers.
Examples. It's adults too. Look at Shannon. Look at Ocho. Making excuses for him, all on their nightcap, just full of crap, just making excuses for him.
I mean, yeah.
Playing race cards and stuff like that.
Okay, well, when you start throwing in race cards, that's what I'm saying. At this point, nobody's taking that serious, bro. We know at the end of the day.
A lot of people saying it. They are taking this. They believe what they're saying.
That's the thing, though. Listen, hear me out with this then. No other reason people aren't really going to take that serious, because where was that at for Cam Newton? We didn't have that for Cam Newton. When he had that 2015 season, won MVP, and then it was a decline. It was just he's not good enough right now to be an NFL quarterback. Went with the Patriots, got another chance. He's just not good enough. Went back to Carolina, had one good game, said that I'm back, and then it was downhill from there. And it was like, okay, he's not good enough to be an NFL quarterback. So that's what I'm saying. When you start throwing these excuses, real fans of the game are just going to be like, okay, whatever. And they're gonna have an objective opinion, like he's just not good enough to do this. And all the other noise, let's just keep it real. Like Johnny Manziel, he was one. He had coming out of Texas A&M. He was everybody. Oh, Johnny Manziel. I remember I was working coworker I worked with. He was like, man, Johnny Manziel is gonna be the next biggest thing. And I was like, all right, goes to the Browns, fizzles out. Where's that cult following now? Where are they at now? The whole money thing and all that, bro. That stuff, man, it comes and it goes, bro. We've seen it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's going to be the same with him, depending on what he does. It starts on Sunday. It really does, So we'll see.
You're right. We definitely going to see. So let's get your popcorn ready. That matchup against the Raiders this Sunday, I'm going to be locked in, man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to watch every single play.
And that's what I'm saying, bro. That's a favorable matchup for him. It's like, man, there are no excuses after that. That's a favorable matchup.
Absolutely. Of course, you already know stuff like that, man. We could talk about this till midnight Eastern time. I know you in Central time right now. But, man, we got some more news coming up. Most recently, bro, we're going to switch over to boxing because, man, Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul. It's official, December 19th. That's a Friday in Miami, Florida. It's not an exhibition. This is actually an officially sanctioned professional heavyweight contest. 8 rounds, 3 minutes each. Each fighter, they did agree to 10-ounce gloves. Weight restrictions, Anthony Joshua, one of the most well-known, highly skilled heavyweight boxers in the world currently right now. Does have a weight restriction. He does need to come in 245 or less, which is a little bit lighter than his typical boxing weight. And Paul's usual body weight is significantly lower. I think he walks around at like 230, 240. We're going to see Joshua 28-4, 25 KOs, 2-time unified heavyweight world champion. He's also an Olympic gold medalist. size, championship experience, power punching, and then high level opposition. Being a world class fighter. Jake Paul actually much better than I was expecting. 12-1 official record. 7 of those were KOs. YouTube turned boxer. At the heavyweight level, I'd say much less experience. He went big with this one, I'll say, choosing Anthony Joshua. When we talk about the ring, the rankings, boxing's future since COVID, this is what's been carrying the sport is YouTubers like Paul fighting former boxers, former UFC fighters. This is what's been holding boxing along. So what's your opinions on this fight? Like I said, it's next month in December. They just had their stare off face off. Tell me what you think about it.
Well, first, I really think Jake Paul is trying to prove something. I know he's heard all the noise, the YouTube stuff. He only fights retired fighters, which, I mean, let's keep it real. That is true. That's definitely true. I would say, when he was going to fight Tank, I thought that was like, okay, that's a interesting choice right there, which I didn't see him winning that. Now going to, Anthony Joshua, that's a very interesting, especially just looking at the face off, bro. The size difference, like, now I know weight wise, I thought Jake Paul was around like 220, 230. And then if he needs to be under like 245, he'll have at least 15 pounds on him. But it's really like, it's still the height. I don't know how tall Jake Paul is. I'm assuming like 6 foot, 5'11".
That's what I was assuming, 6 foot, maybe 6'1".
Yeah, 6'1". Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking too. But 6'4", 245, bro. That's just insane. I mean, that's like a defensive end, bro. I mean, that's
and they got listed at 6'1", Jake 6'1".
Paul. Okay. Yeah, man. I don't see this working out well for Jake Paul. I just don't. I think it kind of reminds me of in Rocky, when Apollo fought the Russian dude, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If he dies.
Looking up at him.
Yeah, man. And it's like, bro, it's just kind of like this, man. We were talking about, before we were talking about, Nate, what he did to Nate Robinson. And it's like, why could that not happen to him now? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's definitely a possibility. I will say this, though, because I know with fighters, man, they're trained to be able to take punches. And let's just be honest, I'm sure Nate Robinson wasn't boxing prior to that.
Right.
So part of me kind of thinks, well, Jake Paul, he could get knocked out, but it may not be as devastating. Worst comes to worst, man. He's leaving on him, going to the hospital afterwards. I think, best case scenario for him, maybe Anthony Joshua doesn't go as hard and it can maybe end a decision or something. Kind of like with Logan Paul and Mayweather. We know Mayweather could have knocked him out, but he didn't. So maybe it does that. I definitely think for us to believe it, because I stopped watching Jake Paul fights. I didn't watch the Tyson one.
I didn't either.
The last one I watched was when he fought what's his name? Anderson from the UFC, retired UFC fighter.
Anderson Silva?
Anderson Silva, yeah, Anderson Silva. Yeah, they fought. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's was like, whoa, man, come on. Like, this dude's 50. Now, I thought Anderson Silva was going to do a little better, but, Jake Paul still got the win. For me to believe it, there's going to have to be some damage done to Jake Paul. Like, we know that Anthony Joshua is too big, too strong, and too skilled not to do some damage to him, bro. Like, I mean, he's just going to have to do some damage, man. Like, he's going to have to. Now, if Jake Paul walks out of this and, his face is clean and everything, I'm like, bro, this is rigged. They both did it I think Josh was probably doing it definitely for some money. You know what I mean? Not that I'm not saying he's broke, but we know these are paydays. You know what I'm saying? And he's trying to it seems like he's trying to prove something. I'm going to watch. I was done watching him, but if he's going to fight real boxers and really try to do something with it, I'll watch, man. I'll go ahead and stream it for free. I ain't paying.
Hey, yeah, you always when it comes to the free, man, you the plug on that for sure. I mean, I'm with you. Odds do have Joshua. What's the correct term? I don't do gambling, but the minus 1,500, is that the correct way to say it?
Yeah, I don't either. I just you hear it all the time now, right?
Right. And it says even higher in some books, but minus 1,500. Obviously, legacy risk versus commercial upside.
That's a good point.
I'd say a win-win for Jake Paul. Definitely, Joshua has nothing to nothing to gain from this. He wins, it's you should win.
Exactly.
Hey, go get that bag. But if he loses, I mean, that's an embarrassment to the entire sport of boxing. You
Yeah.
know. And I love boxing, but it just hasn't been. So I really think that this little crossover YouTube stuff and these celebrity boxing matches. That's been this decade for sure. That's been the way of the world outside of. But yeah, there's been some good fights though that you mentioned earlier. But that's just my opinion. I think boxing is at a very low point right now.
But okay, and I don't want to spin off into anything else, but it's like, because I always look at it like this, man. It's like, why do we need? Because I mean, there's some skilled boxers. I think ESPN still does Friday Night Fights. I used to watch that when I was younger.
Me
But
too. Yeah, on ESPN.
yeah, but it's like, why do we need this like social media thing? Like, why do we need this to propel boxing? Why can't we go? Because let's keep it real with Wilder. Wilder was not that skilled. Like, he was not very skilled. You know what I'm saying? He was knocking guys out, and Fury really exposed that he was. And I think he took another L to somebody. Like, he's not that skilled a boxer.
He fell off.
Yeah, and it's like with celebrities, it's like they're not always that skilled. And it's like, but there's skilled guys out there. So why is it that we need like that bombastic personality to really get you? Because I mean, let's keep it real. Canelo and Crawford, I don't feel like they were really like their names. It was more their names, not them acting wild or doing anything. It was more of like, we know these guys are skilled. We know their backgrounds. We know it's going to be a good fight. So it's like, why can't we just promote skills, man? Like, yo, this guy is skilled. Let's get this guy. Let's kind of push this guy. Why does he need to do something wild for us to finally be like, hey, you know what? Let's watch him. Let's get him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of my problem. I mean, boxing, I think, is hurt by that the most. Like you said, like, you kind of need that now. Like Jake Paul, I mean, we all know who Jake Paul is, and it's like, yeah, boxing, when I look at it from that perspective, it is hurt by that the most. But to me, there's some guys that are really skilled that I know, I mean, I don't watch it probably as much as you do, but I know there's guys that are skilled that, would probably be an entertaining fight if they could get that push. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But the difference, like you mentioned, casual and like real boxing fans or combat fans like us, they don't care about the skill and the technique. They don't care to watch Mayweather fight. They want to see Tyson. They want to see Gervonta Davis. They want to see antics, like you said. And it's worse now in the social media era. But I mean, since the beginning of time, I mean, that's what made Muhammad Ali the greatest.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
His
I agree with that.
Heavyweight division was actually dead in the 50s, and starting in 1960 when Ali won gold and then turned right into a professional. He kind of revitalized the heavyweight division, obviously with his skill first, but all the antics, the pre-social media version of his antics, individual sports, that self-promotion, that's always just been a part of it. It's just worse now, I guess.
That's true. No, that's a good point. That's definitely a good point.
That's one I'm like, all right, yeah, I want to watch this one. I didn't really care to watch the Paul and Tyson fight last year, but this one for sure, I gotta hook up with some folks, and we gotta make that happen. And it's important too. So some stuff, we've had some talks throughout this week, more specifically. You got some stuff on your chest now. We call this Will's hot take. So what's good, bro?
Well, man, so we both watched the Gill and Low exchange. You know what I'm saying? I still don't know if it's going to be a longer video to that or what, but it was good.
Gill actually, or one of them actually made it member only, so it's not even up anymore.
Oh, okay.
Got the member only tag because I was trying to go back and rewatch that earlier today. One of them, they was like, "Nah, you gotta be a member to." Well, I guess they changed their mind.
Oh, okay. Well, nah. I mean, it's all good. But I was just gonna say, we both watched that exchange, and I think it was good on both sides. But my biggest thing is this, and I've been feeling this way now for a few years. When it comes to, I would say, YouTube analyst.
YouTube.
My thing is this, man. It's like, I think for sports, there's definitely been we've definitely seen oversaturation of people giving out numbers, and even when it comes to like this, like for instance, Gil and Lowe, that wouldn't have happened 20 years ago, bro. You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't probably happen 10 years ago. Let's just be real. But now we got guys who, can get on YouTube, throw some numbers out there, debating with NBA players. You know what I'm saying? Debating with them on why. And this is the part that always kind of is really starting to bother me over the last like year, on why like past eras are not as good as this era, and why past players, like with the JJ Redick, and I know you said he was playing. I don't think he was playing. Saying Bob Cousy was a plumber and those guys, and we got the whole like so and so, man. If they went back to the '80s, they would kill in the '80s. They kill in the '90s, and it's like, bro, come on, man. So like I was telling you, my thing is this. First off, with these guys, if you had to read a book, if you had to go sit under somebody, if you had to really like learn it, would they do it? Or is it just because, hey, I can just get on Chat GPT, I can research these numbers, and then I can throw my argument out there? But if it was the other way around, if I had to really like sit there, study it, understand it, internalize it, and then put out my argument, would they still do it? And the second thing is this. We got to stop disrespecting the legends, man, because I've seen even with Kenny, Chuck, and Shaq. I know you said, oh, people watch them for entertainment. Bro, if you listen to Chuck, their criticisms and things about the game, and even when they get serious, bro, they know the game, bro. But we're at a point now where I'm seeing more of, oh, just because you play don't mean you know it. Just because you, and that I agree with some, but now it's becoming like every time, like, if Chuck gets up there and says Jordan's the greatest, oh, he don't know the game, man. LeBron's definitely the greatest. I mean, LeBron's done this. He's been to 10 finals, and it's like, okay, bro. Okay, like, all right, like, legit, man. The man is statistically, besides the scoring, is still, he's stat-wise, he's either passing or still not close to some of Jordan's stuff. And Jordan only played 13 seasons. Well, he played 13 seasons with the Bulls. It's like, bro, come on, man. The man's in his 23rd season, still catching up to someone he's played 10 years. He has 10 years on. And you're going to tell me that dude is better than Jordan? Come on, man. Yeah, I don't want to rant too long, but that's been my problem. Watching the Lowe and Gil thing, I'm just like, bro, you're arguing with the guy who played the game. Opinions have now become like concrete, like facts. Like, no, this is what it is, man. Like, what'd you say? You said Kyrie could go back to the 80s. He just killed, bro. Physicality wouldn't matter, man. None would matter, bro. But my thing is this too with that, man. Last thing I'm going to say, my thing is this. So take you brought up Alex English, a shooter like him, put him in the Days League, give him time to train and all that, give him today's rules and everything and all that. And you're not telling me he's not going to be able to kill. He's not going to, his skill set, if his skill set was good back in the 70s and 80s, you don't think he's going to be able to, that's going to transfer to today's game? I think the best example of this is Jordan, bro. Put him in today's game. He's averaging 50. And somebody said years ago, he's probably averaging 100 points. I think it was Dennis Rodman. It may have been Dennis Rodman. No, it may have been Dennis Rodman. He said he's averaging 100 points with all the fouls, with all everything. Like, bro, you said something, man, I couldn't really respond to it. You said the hand checking. Bro, hand checking I remember they said that about Curry. Somebody was like, yo, if Curry got hand checked, would he still be able to get open as much? Would he still be able to move? I think it may have been Reggie Miller. I can't remember. But they brought up hand checking. And it's like, those small things they took out of the league defensively to make it more of an offensive game and to make it more fun, that does have an impact. That's why we see players. You saw, what's his name? Used to play for Orlando, play for the Raptors. I can't remember I think his last name was Terrence. Remember he dropped 55 and then we never heard of him again. Like he stayed around the league. I wish I knew his name, just for the sake of this. But we see players.
Terrence Ross.
I thought it was that, but I wasn't. I want to say Terrence Mann, but I knew it wasn't Terrence Mann. But Terrence Ross, you could drop a 55, and then the next game we drop 4 points. Yeah, because, bro, you cannot tell me that this league is harder than the leagues of the 80s and 90s. You're just not going to never convince me of that, ever. But, yeah, that's my take.
Okay, man. Yeah, you had two different takes, man, in regards to, like, the athletes and, like, Low, YouTuber, fellow YouTuber there. I mean, for me, the biggest thing, Gil's not finna have a YouTuber on there if he feels he don't know what he's talking about. Hey, Alex English, because I wrote that one down. Yeah, if you any NBA player from back then, if you gave them training, you gave them a full off season, I think they would come out here and play some good ball, and they'd say, yeah, this is easier to score nowadays. But it works the same way going back. Put Kyrie and let him adapt to the rules. I think he's skilled enough, crafty enough, and smart enough where he's going to adapt, but he's going to be one of the best players that's ever been seen because the skill level, I'm sorry, objectively speaking, the skill level is just too high now, bro, compared to back then. I get the hand checking, but it also there's more complex defenses nowadays. It was man to man back then, bro. You could not play hybrid zoning. You could not. Well, if they play zone in the NBA, it's too much skill. You get killed. That's why I hate it when they do it. It's an easy bucket. But hybrid zones, bro, you couldn't do that back then. Michael Jordan had Jeff Hornacek have to guard him, and if not, you had to commit a full double team with Byron Russell, and then that's going to leave open, Scottie Pippen or Tony Kukoc. That would create the whole chain of breakdown of defense. So, I mean, it works both ways.
So you're saying man to man is easier than zone?
Absolutely,
bro. So okay. So wait a second. So you're saying if man to man, let's say,
generally
on Jordan, that's gonna be easier for Curry to lock up Jordan? Are you
in a hybrid zone, man zone?
No, I'm saying like man to man. Just like if you put him back in the 90s and he had to guard Jordan one-on-one,
Jordan would kill Curry.
That's what I'm that's what I'm saying. So how is Kyrie, who's already not the best defender, gonna go back and be able to play man to man against guards like that? I don't get that.
Well, Kyrie, I mean, let's be real. Nobody's guarding Jordan.
No, not just Jordan. I'm just saying a guard in general. Like what? Like who is he gonna lock up?
What guard was going to cook like that back then?
Isaiah Thomas.
It's a handful of guys.
I mean, it's a handful of guys now,
bro. The guard position is the deepest position in this era. You can't be on the court if you can't put the ball in the hole.
No, that's true. No, that's true. That's true. That's true. Okay, yeah.
Kyrie would be like Isaiah Thomas. That's the first. We're talking 80s. How many point guards could score? Magic.
But that's the
Isaiah.
But they were more defensively inclined. That's the thing. So it's like
they would not be able to stand in front of Kyrie Irving, bro. Yeah. They never saw any dribble packages with Kyrie, bro. He would be.
Yeah, it's true. I'll give you that. But like you said, it works both ways. So then that means if they know, hey, he's a liability on the floor, I'm sure they're gonna go at him still, bro. Like I'm sure they're gonna be like, hey, he's not guarding me. He can't stick with me one-on-one. And then if the double team comes, we'll just throw it someone else that's wide open now. So it's like,
I think Kyrie could lock down most point guards from the 80s and 90s. Underrated defender, by the way, Kyrie Irving is. And Steph Curry is actually.
I mean, bro.
Steph Curry's teams are actually a net positive on the defensive end with Steph Curry. A lot of people don't know that.
Okay, let's keep it real now. Let's keep it real.
Draft, and it showed it. It proved it.
All right, but let me ask you a question, because do you not think there's a difference between watching the game and data and like numbers?
Yeah, there's a difference.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying. I've watched plenty of Golden State. I mean, you had to during.
Who's to say that the people like me that like the numbers? I watched the game.
But that's what I'm saying. You're saying Curry defensively is really good, bro. Getting steals. We talked about this. Getting steals does not just mean like, hey, they're just locking someone down defensively. That could be a bad pass. That could be just being in the lanes. Like that doesn't mean you're locking someone up and actually like taking the ball from picking their pocket or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't just sit there and say like, oh, he's just locking people down. I've never heard of Curry locking anybody down, bro. Like, come on, man. Like that's like we talk about Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson led the league in steals, and he wasn't a good defender. Right. Isaiah Thomas. I'm talking about the other Isaiah Thomas. It's like,
Celtics.
bro, like your size at the end of the day, like his size really hurt him. I don't think Kyrie's a good defender. I don't think Curry's a good defender. I don't think Allen Iverson was a good defender. I think Westbrook's a good defender. But most guards, I don't really like. Even Chris Paul. Chris Paul, I think actually is a good defender. I think now what we've
Chris
seen.
Paul probably was an elite defender.
Okay, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he's a good defender, but if we compare Chris Paul to a Steph Curry, bro, defensively, I don't think there's much comparison, bro. Come on.
I mean, yeah, I just think that Steph Curry's a better defender, though. He wasn't on Chris Paul level. Kyrie wasn't either. But, man, I think that the players now going back then just – because, like I said earlier, these all are the greatest players on earth. Put Alex English, Sidney Moncrief, all those guys – you give them 6 months, they're going to come out here and play some ball. But if we just drop them in, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's a 7 p.m. Eastern time tip off. They got 11 hours to prep. The players from 2025 going back to 1990 would thrive way better than the 1990 guys, all stars and all pros or all NBAs coming to 2025 at 8 a.m. Eastern. They would struggle. I feel they would struggle a lot more.
But the other thing too is about these guys is let's keep it real, man. Like even outside of like offensive skills and defensive skills. I mean, you drop a okay. Now this may not be the best example, but you drop a Ben Simmons in the 90s, and let's say the Sixers are playing the Pistons, and he gets hit hard by Lambeer. His motor may be done. He may say, "I'm done, bro. Like I'm good on this for the night." Like, I'll catch me again tomorrow. So it's like some of these guys' motors, when they see how hard people are playing, they may be like, hey, I'm done, man. Like, this ain't what I'm used to. So it's like, I think it's just, I mean, you see with Steph, with what's his name? Steve Kerr talking about we need to schedule. We need to lower the schedule, bro. Like, are you kidding me? Like the 80s and 90s was a completely different mindset than these guys. Like, so it's like I said, man, like, yeah, they may be able to kill, but when they're doing a back-to-back, they may be like, hey, man, I'm sorry, but I actually hurt my knee. I'm out, man. Like, I'm going to,
True. Ain't no back-to-backs. They took that out in the NBA now.
Yes, what I'm saying. So it's like, bro, no, man, I don't think these guys would thrive. I think they do have the skill, but I think that's a knock on the guys before. Like, why are we quick to say, like, these guys weren't skilled, man? Like, that to me is just disrespectful to them. We're going to say Hakeem Olajuwon wasn't skilled for a big man. Like,
people that say that, I mean, those guys weren't skilled. Yeah, that's non-factual.
Even like a David Robinson,
and they're more skilled.
But that's the thing, though. Why do we say, like, bro? These arguments have only come in the last few years. I never heard this in the 2010. Like, I'm talking about like the year 2010. I never heard people start saying like, yo, that these guys are more skilled than the guys of the 90s or early 2000s. I never heard that.
But a lot of those guys were still playing in 2010.
Bro, okay. I'll say this. Even in 2015, this to me is like a social media, like, yeah, man, so-and-so, like, these guys are just blowing these guys out the water. They're just somewhere. It's like, bro, like we talk about Dennis Rodman, for instance, 6'6", 6'5", whatever, and he's able to get rebounds over centers. Like, you're gonna tell me that guy's not skilled?
Very low value in today's.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm just saying though, you don't think he would have like a place defensively on a team?
Defensively, yeah.
I'm not saying he's gonna go out there and drop 30.
Much of a liability offensively.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Value.
But I'm
Draymond Green is a modern Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, but Draymond Green's, I mean, he stayed in the league though, bro. He stayed in the league. I mean, he's
in that era.
You talking about what's it? You're talking about
Dennis Rodman stayed in the league?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a Hall of Fame player in that era.
Yeah, but I'm saying you saying Draymond Green. I mean, Draymond Green.
Green, put him in 1990. He's an All NBA player.
I mean, yeah, and think about like an Anthony Davis, bro. I mean, he would combust. He would combust in the 90s. Like, he would not, bro. There's no way he would survive that, bro. Like, there's just no way he would survive.
I think he'd survive.
Bro, he can't survive now. How is he going to survive when someone's banging up against him when you got to actually be in the post, bro? How is he going to survive that? Like, how does he realistically survive being in the post?
I mean, yeah, as far as the injuries,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, I'm saying skill. Yeah, he could hang with strength wise, all that. But I'm saying not getting injured. No, he would combust. He would combust, bro. There's no way he'd survive. I mean, even Wemby. Didn't Wemby just like these guys? The other thing is these guys have injury problems too, bro. Like, I just don't think they'd be prepared for that. Like, I don't think you'd see enough for them to be like, yes, they're gonna be able to dominate. There's just no way, bro. And I just think that's so disrespectful to be like, man, these guys are just so like the Allen Iverson debate. So Allen Iverson couldn't come in this league now, and I don't want to say dominate. Like Tracy McGrady.
yeah, all those dudes would.
I mean, that's what Lowe was saying. He was trying to say like Allen Iverson wouldn't be as good, and it's like, bro, he would be.
Did he say that, or he was talking about Gil being hyperbolic, talking about he'd average 40? I think that's more what he disagreed with, which Allen Iverson would not average. No,
bro. Okay, not Allen Iverson, but a T-Mac, a Kobe Bryant would
40, bro. No. Because to me, they're not as skilled as James Harden.
What, bro? Are you? Oh my!
I'm serious, bro.
Yo, I think you're. I don't know if you're doing this for this, but you didn't say, bro. That's no. You said not as skilled as James Harden, bro.
Yeah. Do you know James Harden's place on the all-time scoring list?
Yeah, I know he's all-time place in.
I mean, I know
this
era.
Yes, from this era. Yes, I'm sure. I'm not shocked by that. But throw a James Harden back in 1993 and let's see if he.
Oh my God, bro!
That's another guy mentally that would check out within the first week. Like, nah, I gotta get back to 2025, man. Because machine. Let me get back to my time, bro. Like, yeah, Oh my! You said Kobe wouldn't average 40 in today's game. 2008 Kobe. You're throwing 2008 Kobe. Give him time to train. 2008 Kobe.
No. We just dropping them. We just dropping them in. Same day, 8 a.m. Eastern for 7 p.m. Eastern.
Bro, I think T-Mac would. Oh my!
Average 40 or score? Yeah, of course. All these guys.
So
average 40 over a season.
But hear me out. If you're saying average, that means you're going to need time to train, and you're going to need to get them started for the regular season.
We're dropping them in, and they starting from now all the way to April.
But I mean, yeah, bro. Okay.
You said average. You got to play more than one game to average.
Okay, yeah, that's a little wild, man. Like that's so. Then on the other side, so then you're saying that you could drop a James Harden into 1991, and he would average 40.
Pace of play was a lot slower in the 90s,
bro.
I think he would be around where Jordan averaged in points per game.
He would tap out, bro. He would tap out. Look what he did with the Nets.
Yeah, the mental. Yeah, but I don't think James Harden is as soft as you're making him.
Did you not see what he did to get out of Houston, then to get out of Brooklyn, then to get out of Philly? Or are we this, bro?
What do you mean?
So I'm gonna say this again. Did you see what he did to get out of Houston, to get out of Brooklyn, to get out of Philly? Or three teams in under 5 years?
That's different.
You're saying he's not mentally soft?
No, I'm just saying. I said he's not as soft as you're making him out to be when he's on the court.
No, bro. When things start going bad for him, he's okay. What was it? Another thing is, what James Harden are we dropping back? Are we dropping back Houston James Harden?
Houston James Harden. Prime James Harden. He's putting up 35.
I mean, I'd like to see that.
Who is staying in front of him? What two guard is guarding him other than Jordan?
You're right. No one's going to be able to guard him. I think for him, I'll break it up like this. For some guys, it's going to be mentally. When you start naming the superstars like a Durant, now Durant would probably eat, but then mentally, where would his head be at?
Oh, my God.
Like where would Durant's head be at? Like bro, I just feel like when things don't go their way, I just don't see them sticking it out. I see them jumping back into time.
That's different though. That's more like the power that players have compared to the power that players had back then. I guarantee you, if the rules or the CBA was what it is now compared to them, you better believe.
I just think they were mentally just different. I think Jordan just mentally was different, bro. I think Kobe even just was mentally different. I just don't. I'll just say this. I would pay to see it. I would pay to definitely see it, bro.
I would too.
Like you said, man, I do agree. I think some of the not the T-Mac and Kobe, but And Alex English and them, I do agree they would struggle. If you drop them off, they would struggle skill wise and need to like get it together. But then with these players, I think you drop them off, they would struggle mentally. They would struggle with the grind of everything. They probably struggle with the coaching because you can't just, hey man, I'm done with you. I'm done with this coach, bro. Get him fired. Like, no, that's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? I think
to a degree, Magic got rid of his coach.
Yeah, but you're naming like, bro,
1981.
But that's what I'm saying, though. You're naming like you can only name a player at a time, though. Like you name Scotty, you name Magic, but now in this era, we can name almost. I mean, look at John Morant, bro. Like these players, they gotta think too. They're in like Kawhi Leonard, bro. Like, what would Kawhi Leonard do? What is he gonna do? Like, seriously, what would he do, man? Like, he'd be looking around like, wait a sec, we're playing a third game? Oh man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I feel you, man. I guess we'll go ahead and leave it right there, bro. That was definitely a hot take. Got us going. We're definitely. This is going to be one of our longer episodes, man. So I hope y'all definitely enjoyed, especially if you made it this far in the video. Tell us what you think, man. We talked about a few different topics. Definitely appreciate that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Will, do you have any final words before we head out of here?
I'm making the playoff push in fantasy, so I'm just trying to get a win.
Yes, sir. Fantasy football. What? So we got 3 more games left. What's your record?
I'm 5-6.
5-6, yeah. In that 8th spot, we got 12-man league. 7 gets in. He's in that 8th, tied with the same record, just on tiebreakers. That's why he's number 8. Me, I'm sitting comfortably right now. You know what I'm saying? 10-1 and stuff like that. But all right, man. Well, we'll see y'all in the next video, and peace out.